This is La Crosse, Wisconsin, the upper Mississippi. Emerald bluffs, braided backwaters, and a living postcard of green.
Fishing in general on the Mississippi in this area is just, it's so much fun.
Beneath this beauty lies a challenge, and Pat Schlapper knows it well, because it's his backyard.
Schlapper seals the deal in Orange, Texas.
In his first season as a Bassmaster Elite Series champion, he'd already stunned the field at the Sabine River in Texas. Now it was time for a different kind of test. One in front of his own crowd, on the upper end of a river he knows every bend of.
You know, I'm excited. I've been thinking about this tournament since they announced it. Excited to fish it, but I'm also excited for it to be over. I'm gonna try to keep my head in the game, try to stay positive, fish with the instincts I have for this river.
8 events, more than 100 of the best anglers in the world. For a blue-collar man from Eau Claire, it all came down to this marathon. By season's end, Pat Schlapper stood here, on home turf, with a chance to close out one of the most unlikely runs the Bassmaster Elite Series has seen in years.
What we're doing now is definitely not Sabine River-like, but I mean, there's definitely similarities. It's a river system, but that's the thing, in this area, they kind of move around, and there's a few key spots, but we're gonna give it some time and see what we can come up with. I got a couple other areas up here that had them, but that's the, you know, this place, they don't always stay where you want them to stay. So I'm a little nervous about that, but that's what we got to deal with.
The upper Mississippi River doesn't give up its secrets with shortcuts. You can find them in the grass, in the seams, in the little changes only eyes and hands can catch.
What a frickin' mess.
A summertime bass fishing playground like this can be deceiving.
How you attack the vegetation all depends on how thick it is, how deep it is. A lot of times duckweed, you're primarily going to be fishing a frog or something on top. If it's real thick and matted up, you might have to punch through it, fish the edges of it, you know, or fish the current breaks around the front of it or the side of it or the back of it. There's just so many different types of vegetation, and the density of it where you're fishing will kind of dictate how you're going to attack it. But that's what makes it fun is, you know, you can have one spot where you're throwing a frog, and then you go to another spot and you're throwing a swim jig through some scattered eelgrass. And then you go to another spot and you're punching some thick matted up coontail. So it's really, really fun. You can't spend a whole lot of time searching for them.
In Pool 7, vast expanses of eelgrass. In Pool 8, dense mats that can swallow up blind casts. Schlapper leaned into that contrast.
I'd say there's a wad up there.
In Pool 7, he ran a big bite baits jerk minnow on a 5/0 round bend hook, probing schooling fish. When that didn't answer, he switched to a Spro bronzeye fawn. Bold, loud. No shortcuts.
There we go. In the face, look at that. That's how you want it. Oh my God, b.a.s.s.
18 pounds, 8 ounces. Day 2, currents jolted. Schlapper recalibrated.
Oh my God.
He ground out 15 pounds, 4 ounces, slid into third. On a river this pretty, the grind is hidden, but it hung heavy in every boat. This was anyone's game to win. By Saturday, the bite tightened. Sun-steeped mats went silent. Anglers started praying for action.
I can't see well enough to cast into the holes I need to cast into, so we're gonna have to wing it for a bit here. Now today I did catch some punching with a heavier weight, and I caught some on a chatterbait, I caught some on a tube, a little bit of everything today just because it was so windy and the conditions were a lot different. Good one, really good one. Yeah, baby. help.
He scratched out 14 pounds, 2 ounces.
That kind of took a little bit of the pressure off of me, and then I just started to concentrate back on, I want to win this tournament. Come on, baby, come on. Yeah.
It wasn't a statement.
That's a chunkling.
It was a whisper. But another third place kept him alive.
14 pounds.
Championship Sunday. Sky gray, wind whispering through the bluffs. In that calm, Schlapper's usual luck was producing, but not enough to win. They should be scared, he said that morning. It wasn't bravado. It was confidence, born of local knowledge.
That's one of the ones that live here, dude. There we go. I got my little punch area there. I mean, each day I've caught a good one there. I just don't have a lot of confidence in big fish down here. That'll work. Oh my God, be a bass. Come on.
Then instinct. Leave.
Let's roll, baby.
He left safety behind, locked back through, and gambled on fresh water where bass were hiding.
So at each of those lock and dams, there's a dam, but then there's also a locking system to allow ships and barges and recreational traffic to go up or down to different pools. So it's really unique too, because they're not on a schedule. Like, we can't just say, oh, we're gonna lock through at 1 o'clock. It's all dependent on the commercial traffic. The commercial traffic takes precedence. So you could be sitting at the lock, ready to go, think you got time, and then a barge comes up or is within range of where they think they need to start preparing for it, and they will not let you through. I don't know if it's still on there or not. I might do it, dude. I didn't know if I had him or not.
Schlapper lit it up. Explosions tore through the grass. The kind of bite you feel in your chest before you ever see the fish.
Big one. Really big one. It's a tank. Oh my God, brother. Oh. Holy crap. Oh, clutch move coming here. We got a bag now, boys. Upgrade me. That's a good one to be, that's a big one to be thrown back.
In minutes, the bag swelled, and with it, the truth. Old school bass fishing still wins on the biggest stage.
He is a 4-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. He is a former Bass Nation national champion. He is a double qualifier for the Bassmaster Elite Series. Took an Elite Series win earlier this year from Wisconsin, Pat Schlapper!
Against all doubt, Pat Schlapper did it. Again.
18 pounds, 7 ounces!
And set a new record-winning weight in a Bassmaster Elite event on the Mississippi River. From a man who once thought he might fall short to a champion in his home state. 2 wins in a season, 1 earned in dirty Texas grit. This one sealed with grass, green, and hometown resolve.
Here this baby comes.
Here he goes, ladies and gentlemen.
Some may argue the Elite Series is too elite, too exclusive. But this blue trophy wasn't polished by privilege. It was carried by persistence and shared with his kind of people. It was lifted high by a working man from Wisconsin, an angler who walked away from a steady paycheck to chase his biggest dreams and proved on the biggest stage that dream belonged to him. On the mighty Mississippi, where the water can hide its teeth, the blue trophy wasn't won with screens or signals. He won it by instinct, by trusting the river, trusting himself. At the final event of the season, the People's Champ brought it home. Proof that for those who still believe in the grind and chase fish the old-fashioned way, Pat Schlapper is proof it still wins.